back to my new life storytelling, and today the topic is a little bit different because I want to have a real talk here. I'm in China and it's been very challenging for me as a disabled person, so I want to give you some good advices and open up your eyes to about China. So stay with me because this is a very important video if you're willing to visit China, either if you are an amputee, disabled person, or a regular normal person. What to say about China? China is a huge country and it's beautiful, but the problem number one is nobody speaks English at all. Nobody speaks English at all. It's very rare that you can find a person to interact in English, and even so, they're not so good and worse than me. And maybe they are young guys. It's been so hard to try to communicate with people, to try to understand things and to try to get some help sometimes, especially at the beginning when you don't know nothing about China, how to move around with transportation and anything else. Since when I landed from the airport, I asked for the wheelchair assistance and I spent 2 hours inside the airport because we couldn't figure out how to get a taxi. The way how you pay in China is completely different, so this is another topic. But again, nobody speaks English in China, so be aware of that. Be patient and use your phone with translator. You must need a translator that works also offline if you can. Fortunately, I have Google, my Google app for translate. I can also take pictures of the things, for example, a menu of the restaurant, and I have a completely translation of the words. It's working pretty fine with me, but Google and social media here are banned. They're not allowed, they're illegal. That's why I bought a new phone. So let's go straight with all the things that I want to give you to help your trip to China. If you're willing to go, I am traveling since 8 months ago, and if I'm inspiring you as a disabled person to travel around the world and you want to visit China, this is the video for you. You must listen all the way through. The problem number one, they don't speak English. So with your data on your phone, you can still use Google Translator app, and I just found out that for using pictures with Google Translator, you can use it offline. Otherwise, with your data, you can still be able to use Google, but the social media as Instagram and Facebook are hard to use. I'm still able to use WhatsApp. But you must need another phone because you need to buy a SIM card. You need a Chinese number to be able to download all those apps that I'm going to show you right now that works in China. They don't have our apps, they don't use YouTube, they don't use WhatsApp, they use other apps, they don't use Google Map. Google doesn't exist in China. Okay, so understand that you cannot use Google on China, so you must have a Chinese number. Each app that you have to download required a Chinese numbers because they're gonna send you the code, verification code, and you must have and use your ID, passport all the time for all the visits that you want to do at the parks, the museums, in the train, in the subway, everywhere you need your passport. And especially for unlock the application, without the identification you cannot use anything in China. So this is very important already, is a lot. The app that you must download absolutely before travel to China are 5, very important. The first one And a payment method to pay in China, you must download AliPay. Is this app AliPay? I will show you better now here. You can scan the code everywhere. Everybody has a QR code to make payments, so you can scan. This is a scanner. You can scan the QR code, or you can receive money or pay through your QR code. They're gonna scan you. And also with AliPay, you can book an hotel or call a taxi,
hotels,
and
trains.
everything pretty much is in this app. And I fortunately
my numbers
couldn't translate, so AliPay
my
has the option to have a
everything.
translation, so will be not in Chinese, but everything is in English here for me, so it's pretty good. So AliPay number 1. Second important application that you need to download is the map. It's called eMap. You download this because Google Map doesn't work. It's messed up. Even if you can still use it with a VPN or with your data on the phone, Google Map is not working here. It will give you the wrong direction, so please download eMap. With eMap you have all the options as well. You can book a taxi, you can book an hotel as well, just clicking on the image on the map you can do that, and is giving you a very detailed, since it's very accurate way to travel around China, either with transportation, with your car, or with a bicycle.
Bus.
Everything's it's also give you the countdown of the traffic light. It's pretty cool, it's nice, and you must download that for sure to go around China. And the number 3 app, very important, that you must download is WeChat, because again, they don't have WhatsApp, but they use WeChat. WeChat is very similar on WhatsApp. Usually you want to go to your account and have a QR code, so if you want to share your number, your contacts, they use always the QR code, so use this because it's more easier and faster to share your number. And also with WeChat, this is a very strange but important things to know. You can also pay with WeChat, but how you pay with WeChat? In the settings you can set
money,
your credit card,
wallet,
or you can put the money inside
card,
the application and pay. Because some stuff, for example, the museum, the big fridge
here,
where you can have water or snacks, they don't work with nothing but just with WeChat. If you don't have WeChat money and the QR code and all your information in WeChat, it doesn't work. You cannot buy stuff without, if you don't have WeChat. So how that works, WeChat and AliPay are pretty similar. You have to put all your information inside and also your own pictures, because in China, keep in mind, if you don't have a phone, if you don't have money, if you don't have your wallet, it's no problem, because you can pay with your identification. Even buses, they have a camera and you can just share your face and you can make a payment. But this is working only and exclusively if you put all your information in the system: ID, phone number, pictures, credit cards, or just collecting money inside the application. Another important application that I will say you must download is Meituan, this yellow one here. You can book hotels with this one. I'm using this app a lot to book the hotel in China, because yes, booking works, but everything is expensive through booking. But if you use this app to book your hotel, it's way more cheaper. It's like Chinese price. It's way more cheaper. You can save a lot of money. You can call a taxi, and you can have delivery food with this app. You can order your food in your hotel or wherever you are, and I love it. And also you can, with the scan, You can rent a bicycle in the street, just scan the QR code that is on the bicycle, and you're free to go everywhere pedaling. And the bikes are everywhere, so it's very interesting and easy to move around China. Everywhere, any city, any small town, they have a bicycle. You scan the code and you go. Important things about China that I want to share with you, especially as a disabled person, I found very useful to rent the electric scooter. Everybody here use or electric cars or electric scooters. Some of the scooters are like bicycles, they only go 25 kilometers per hour. And the important things to know is they have their own lane. So you're not driving in the lane with the cars, but you have your separate lanes. It's like a separate streets to drive with your bicycle or with your electric scooter. Is very safe, is very cool. You can go everywhere. The only time that you're crossing with your with the car, that you're mixed up with the car, is on the traffic light, on the crossing, or on the roundabouts, stuff like that. But during the way you have your line, you're not allowed to drive in the street with the car, because you have your own line. Okay, so I felt that was pretty cool and safe. I couldn't go everywhere in an easier and comfortable way, because sometimes it's too hard to walk all the time, especially in the big cities. There is so much to see and to visit, and I cannot walk every time. Transportation is pretty good in China. They have trains that they go literally everywhere, to north to south with the train. The speed trains go 350 kilometers per hour, so it's pretty fast. You can travel very easy and comfortable way in China. It's not so expensive. They also have subways and buses, along with electric scooters or bicycles. So you have all the option to travel through China in a very easy way. And talking about the metro, the subway, metro station, if you need help, if you are in a wheelchair or you're just disabled like me and you're tired, you're in pain and you need assistance, please talk to them all the time. Use this translator, Google Translator, all the time, because they will help you. Not all the station has an elevator that is visible. Some of the elevators are hidden because they have a key to activate the elevator. So you cannot take the elevator by yourself. You need assistance, you need them. So talk to them and they will help you all the way through, from your beginnings on the starting point to the ending point to your destination. Even if you have to change lines, they call lines, if you have to change like the stations in betweens, then they will help you all the way through all your journey. So please talk to them. And the same things is for the train. If you need assistance at the trains, talk to them at the beginnings, because they will always check your bags. It's like being at an airport. They have a passing control, they control your ID. Keep your passport with you all the time. When you buy the tickets for the train, they don't send you any actual physical ticket or any email, especially because Google doesn't work here. So if you have a Google email, you will not receive any ticket. But no worries, it's okay, because when you book the ticket, you will share your phone numbers and your passport or your ID, so they know what train you have to take through your passport number. So they have already all the information in the systems. You must go around China with your passport all the time. If for booking a train, there is another app that you have to download. I will show you, and most of the time for me it never works. It's very slow application, it's not smart, but it's a good way to book your train in advance. instead of going to the ticket office or to use the machines at the train station. You can do that, but you must be at the train station. If you want to book the train along your way while you're traveling through China, you must download this app, and it's easier to book any tickets. And I suggest you, I recommend you book it in advance, at least 1 week in advance, because they go sold out pretty fast. And yes, you have an option to buy the standing tickets, but also those are not like, they are limited and the same price as having the seats, so it's not worth it in my opinion. If you want to sit and be comfortable, book your ticket in advance. Another important things that I want to share with you about China is that even if you are a disabled person in a wheelchair and you want to visit, for example, the Great Wall of China, but obviously you cannot walk through the stairs, to the steps, or you want to go up in the mountain and visit anything in the natural environment, you're still able to do it, because almost all of the parks, they have the cable car. So you can take the cable car to go up and then go back down to the bottom of the mountain or the park that you want to visit. Even at the Great Wall of China, they have the cable car. Obviously, it costs money. It's not really cheap, but you're still able to see with your own eyes and to go in places in scenic areas. And most of China has those cable cars, and in China there is always a way to visit things for all the kind of people. Obviously, if you're in a wheelchair, I suggest to go with somebody with you, with your friends or with your partner or whatever, with an assistance, because sometimes it's frustrating to try to communicate with them and to go around. It was difficult for me. I freak out in the metro station talking with security guys for a couple times, because even with the Google Translator they were not able to understand what I was asking, or they think in different way. So there is this huge barrier of, not only of the language but the culture and the way how we talk. And it was very frustrating and stressful moment for me. And so that's why I want to help you, and I want you to avoid the kind of situations. The last but not least important things about China is avoid July and August. They are so hot, the hottest months in the world here, and it's almost impossible to go around without sweating so much. It's so humid and it's hard to breathe sometimes. And I got the blisters here. I will show you. I got a blisters here since a week ago. I'm trying to help to heal, but obviously I'm sweating so much. My skin is always wet. The silicone of the liner is always wet and makes everything worse. So traveling around China in August is pretty much a bad idea. And and the second reason why it's not a good idea to travel during the summer in China is because it's summer holidays for them, and it's so crowded. Everywhere you want to go, literally everywhere, is so crowded. Group of 50 and more people with the guides that are all Chinese tourists travel around China, and they move all together. They don't care. You're gonna fight with them. There are so many, and it's not enjoyable. It's not fun. You cannot take pictures or a video. They are everywhere, and there are long lines. Fortunately, being disabled people, I was able to skip most of the lines, but still, so many people, is difficult, really hard to enjoy the place that you want to visit. Another important topic about visiting the places for disabled person: ask always if you can get a free ticket or at least a discount to visit a museum on the parks, because in Beijing I found out they always give me free tickets. I only paid one time on the Bell temples, and but it was very cheap. Usually you pay nothings, they give you free tickets to go around, but you must ask. Maybe if you have a disability like mine, just show them what's this disability about, and also ask me for a disabled card. Even if you're American or a European card, they will ask you the card, so show them the card along with the passport, and they will give you free ticket. In other city, for example, when I went to the Terracotta Warrior, they didn't care. They had only free ticket for Chinese people, Chinese disabled people, so I had to pay, and it's okay. On the Great Wall of China, I entered the place for 2 times for free. So always ask if you can get a free ticket. Is like saving money, so thumbs up. And yeah, if you want more advices, or you don't understand something about China, or you want to ask me anything about China, please leave me a comment here. If you like these videos and you enjoyed all these informations, please like these videos and comments, and let me know if you still want to travel through China. This is a beautiful country. It's very hard at the beginning, but with all these good tips and information I gave you, I'm pretty sure I help you to be in a more like peace of mind if you want to visit this country. And yeah, I hope I can inspire you, and I really hope and love for you if you can come over here, even if you're disabled. Please don't stop yourself to do what you love. Bye, see you next time.